Have you just started your virtual dietitian private practice, or are you interested in starting one and you want to know how to make your first $1,000 plus? You need to take 3 steps. 1, kick limiting beliefs about why you shouldn't start, i.e. believe there are people out there who want to pay you money. 2, niche down your marketing, aka pick a very specific person that you would love to work with. And 3, improve your sales call strategy. In this video, I will walk you through 1, 2, and 3 in detail. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to optimistically move forward and make your first $1,000 plus. For more of the best tips and advice for starting and growing your online nutrition practice, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Hello, and welcome to the Dietitian Boss YouTube channel. My name is Ya. I'm an RD2B, Dietitian Boss podcast co-host, and Dietitian Boss instructor. The Dietitian Boss program empowers dietitians and nutritionists to create their private practice from scratch and emboldens already established practitioners to think bigger. The Dietitian Boss Method provides a step-by-step process to improve how you market yourself on social media so you can become far more profitable and help more people. One of the people the Dietitian Boss Method has helped earn their first 1,000 plus in their virtual private practice is registered dietitian Kat Shire from Fort Worth, Texas. Kat also has a master's degree in nutrition, and she's a certified personal trainer. In her in-person practice, Retroactive Health, she works with people with eating disorders, disordered eating, and occasionally sees people that are newly diagnosed with diabetes, IBS, and occasional food allergies. Her virtual private practice that she runs through Instagram solely focuses on helping women tainted by diet culture overcome their obsession with food, improve their body image, and their relationship with exercise. While Kat's bio is very confident and clear, she didn't start out this way. She was afraid to even start her Instagram account because she feared that people would judge her, which leads us to step number 1 in making your first $1,000 in your virtual private practice. And step 1 is be vulnerable and show up because people need your help. Kat has a successful in-person practice, and during our podcast interview, she shared she never thought she'd start a virtual practice. To her, being on Instagram was vulnerable and she was worried about being judged or made fun of, which is a fear many dietitian bosses have, and we've helped them work through this in the Dietitian Boss program. Even though she has a bachelor's degree, completed a dietetics internship, she has a master's degree, she's a personal trainer, she still feared people would say she didn't know what she was talking about, or that she simply hasn't lived the struggles of her clients so she wouldn't understand. While in the Dietitian Boss program, she worked on her mindset, which is the very first thing we encourage dietitian bosses to dig into before they start making content or craft their offer. After working through that, Kat is now able to confidently put her message out on Instagram because she truly knows that her message can help people. If you are like Kat and feel like you will be judged if you create a virtual practice, stop looking at your business through the lens that is fixed. Start looking at it through a growth mindset lens. You can start to do this by acknowledging your limiting beliefs about starting your online nutrition private practice and addressing those beliefs with a list of why those limiting beliefs are simply not true. Dietitian Boss tip, take 30 minutes to write down your limiting beliefs about starting your virtual private practice. Follow up each belief with 2 to 3 reasons why it isn't true. Once you've worked on your mindset, which is the very first thing we assist dietitian bosses with in our program, the next step is step number 2, niche down your marketing, aka pick a very specific type of person that you truly want to work with. When Kat started the program, she just knew she wanted a virtual private practice. She just wasn't sure who she wanted to work with because she'd spent most of her career helping a variety of people. So at first she thought, helping people lose weight with an all foods fit approach. But she quickly figured, nah, it's just not the message. So then she decided to focus on former athletes with disordered eating. But that didn't quite feel right either for her. And it wasn't until she got guidance from Dietitian Boss coaches, insights from Dietitian Boss modules, and really took the time to be alone with her thoughts that she got serious about answering this. Who are the people that she just enjoys talking with, that light her up and she has the most success with? And that's when she uncovered women with disordered eating and exercise habits. And she is super duper clear about who this woman is, which is very important because it allows you to create very specific content that attracts them. So on our podcast interview, she shared that her ideal client is around the age of 28, and she works and is either engaged or newly married, and she has a few issues with her body image, some disordered eating, and just feel like she's tried so many diets and just doesn't know how to eat anymore. And because of that, she's finding herself always thinking about food, obsessing about food, worrying about food. In addition to that, she just feels like she always has to compensate eating with some form of exercise. She loves exercise so much, and it's always been a part of her life. And at some point, she was probably an athlete when she was younger, but she just is not sure how to have a healthy relationship with exercise and food anymore. So since Kat niched down to where she is now, her clients are getting great results, and she hasn't looked back. So when I asked what she likes about her ideal client since she niched down and absolutely owned it, she said that when she gets off her group coaching calls, that she's just in such a good mood. Her clients are fun women. Most of them love food, and they're not picky. They're truly foodies, but through time, they just became scared of food. They wanted to just be able to enjoy it again, go out with their girlfriends to happy hours, and not be afraid to have dessert with their significant other. So it's cool to watch them turn back into the people that they were before they struggled with disordered eating, the person they want to seriously be for the rest of their lives, and Kat gets to help them do that. So Dietitian Boss tip, take 10 to 30 minutes and write down who would bring you so much joy to work with, and how does your knowledge, experience, and or passion help them. Once you feel good about this client, do some market research to confirm they want to pay for your help. And once you have confirmed that, you're good to go and create Instagram content that's going to attract them. FYI, you don't need to be your ideal client, and you don't need to wait until you feel like you're an expert or have a clearly defined method. The only way you're going to get better and coach them well is to get clients and work with them and apply what you learn working with them to your next round of clients. And that's how you're going to improve your coaching and get to your method and be able to position yourself as an expert. But you do not need to be an expert to get started. After you've honed in on the client that lights you up when you work with them, and you start consistently creating content on Instagram that attracts them, get ready for the applications for your program to roll in, which leads us to step 3, improve your sales call strategy. Some dietitian bosses are scared because they think they're horrible at sales and fear getting on the phone, and others think they have sales in the bag, don't need any help, and Kat was the latter. During our podcast interview, she said being in private practice, she was like, I can do sales. I have this down. I don't need any help with that, which was not the case at all. She realized when she started the Dietitian Boss program that she was on the sales call, and towards the end, if there was an awkward moment of silence, she would be like, oh, okay, so do you want to book, or do you want some time to think about it and call me later? She always gave them an out. The Dietitian Boss Method encourages closing on the call and not giving clients an option to opt out, because remember, they need your amazing and unique offer to fix their biggest problem that has been causing them misery for so long, and they wouldn't be on that call if they weren't at least interested in a solution. Kat went on to say that she knew they wanted her help and she knew she could help them, but she still struggled to close the sale. Since being in the Dietitian Boss program, her sales mindset has evolved completely. Once in the program, she and others learned that number one, first, you don't need to be nervous and do much talking. The client should do the majority of the talking on the call. 2, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. They follow a simple script, and we actually have a couple of different script options, and use that to guide them through the sales call process. And 3, learn how to quickly and profoundly share their offer within the script, so clients simply don't hesitate to buy when prices come up, and you close the sale over the phone with confidence and ease. And 4, They work to remind themselves that sales calls are really just friendly conversations about how they can help their ideal client finally solve their biggest problem. Kat applied what she learned in the Dietitian Boss program and began to show up differently on calls because she finally learned and internalized the fact that she owed it to her ideal client to show up confidently, hear them out, and take payment without hesitation or fear, because if she doesn't do it, someone less qualified than her will end up doing it. By following all of this step-by-step advice I've just given you in this episode, Kat made $1,000 in November. What did she do with that money? She allowed herself to go shopping. She went and bought herself some winter clothes somewhere other than Target. Now, there's nothing wrong with Target. She loves Target. But instead, she went to a boutique in town and kindly permitted herself to say, hey, I earned this. I'm going to find myself some things that I want and need. So I would like you to comment below, what are 1 or 2 things you'd buy if you made an extra $1,000 this month? Dietitian Boss tip: take 30 minutes to write down what you offer your clients so they can achieve their ideal result, their ideal outcome. Then practice saying what you offer over and over so it comes off naturally in sales calls. So if you want to find success like Kat and make your first $1,000, make sure you take these 3 steps that she learned in the Dietitian Boss program. 1, be vulnerable and show up because people need your help. Start by acknowledging your limiting beliefs about starting your online private nutrition practice and addressing those beliefs with a list of why those beliefs simply are not true. 2, niche down your marketing. Basically, pick a very, very, very specific person that you truly want to help and enjoy helping. 3, improve your sales call strategy by listening more than you talk and being very clear how you help people. Most importantly, deliver that information in a concise and confident manner. If you're still in the conceptual phase of your online virtual practice and you haven't started, consider this video your push. If this push isn't enough and you're still struggling, surround yourself with people who understand what you're going through so they can keep you focused on your income goals, support your growth, and surround you with positivity like the women in the Dietitian Boss program. The team is here and ready to help, and the Dietitian Boss team will support you in building your private practice from scratch. And if you already have an existing practice, we can certainly help you scale your business and help you help more people so you can make more money. To hear more stories like this, be sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you can check out stories like Ryan here, as well as Bianca. Both of them worked on their mindset and were able to start to deal with the fact that they didn't have to be their ideal client to help them, and they're making money by simply focusing on the fact that they realize their clients appreciate them because of who they are, the passion they have, as well as their knowledge. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out those other videos.